The Pro Indoor Ice Race Series continues in Peoria, Illinois. MotoWorld goes to the movies and previews the new motocross film featuring national champion Broc Glover. And we'll take a look at the longest, most grueling off-road event in the world, Paris to Dakar. MotoWorld is next.
MotoWorld is brought to you by Coors, the beer with a difference worth tasting. Coors is the one. Honda motorcycles and all-terrain vehicles. Honda, follow the leader. Nissan, who invites you to test drive the new Go Anywhere Nissan Pathfinder at your Nissan dealer now. Fram Autolite, the makers of Fram oil filters and Autolite spark plugs. Suzuki, makers of the 1987 Quad Runners. Right on, Suzuki. And by Castrol, motor oil engineered for today's smaller, higher revving engines.
Hello, I'm Larry Myers, and welcome to MotoWorld. For the next half hour, we'll literally take you around the world for an assortment of motorcycle mania. Up first, ice racing, more specifically, the 12th annual Pro Indoor Ice Race Series. Mark McKay is here to update us on that championship chase. Mark?
Well, Larry, since the last edition of MotoWorld, the Pro Indoor Series has run 2 events. And with the series heading down the home stretch, it's beginning to look as if there could be a major upset in the making. Garth Brow, the series title holder for the past 6 seasons, may have a hard time making it 7 in a row. Coming into round 3 in Peoria, Illinois, only 3 points separated the top 5 riders. With 3 races run, Brow has yet to show the fire that earned him 6 #1 plates. In Peoria, the Ice King seemed to be in a deep freeze. Example, his final heat race. Brow, over anxious to get a good start, hit the starting gate before it went up. Not once, but twice. The end result, disqualification. Brow's response, he calmly rolled his bike in front of the starting gate, laid it down on the ice, blocking the gate, and stalked off. While Brow suffered through a dismal showing, number 31 Dan Ingram cemented his status as the hottest rider on the circuit. Ingram won each of his heat races to go undefeated on the night and score maximum points. Ingram's strong showing continued in the evening's main event. The 22-year-old Claremont, Indiana resident didn't make a mistake in the 10-lap race and was the easy winner. It was the perfect end to a perfect night. Ingram's dad, Sam, was credited with the winning setup.
The way my motorcycle's set up, the back end, there's no suspension and there's very little in the front, and it was just working excellent.
Garth Brow's quest for a 7th ice race title is by no means a lost cause. My feeling is the championship will go down to the final event in Troy, Ohio. And of course, Larry, the MotoWorld cameras will be there to record all the action.
You know, my betting record has not been good as of late, particularly in the Super Bowl. But I'd have to say I'd recoup my money by betting on Brow in that finale.
Well, Larry, Jimmy the Greek, you're not, but I'll agree with you on this one.
Thank you, Mark. Good report. From ice racing, we turn our attention to off-road stadium action. Greg Agvent reports on the latest Southern California craze.
38,000 Southern California fans recently showed up for the thrills, spills, and close quarters racing more commonly known as Mickey Thompson's Off-Road Championship Grand Prix Series. Round 2 of the series included the usual assortment of truck racing, buggy-style vehicles, and the popular ATV class. In the ATV main event, Jimmy White, number 31 on a Suzuki, led the 24-rider field off the start. The former factory Kawasaki rider quickly gave notice he was the one to beat. White was constantly under attack by Gary Denton on the number 3 Suzuki and Honda-mounted Marty Hart, number 17. The lead trio left the rest of the field behind. Despite the furious battle between Denton and Hart for second place, Jimmy White, out front, was unable to open up an advantage. The Denton-Hart duel continued throughout the 12-lap race, but at the finish, it was Jimmy White taking his first major win on a Suzuki. For MotoWorld, this is Greg Agvent reporting.
And now, Nissan presents the Nissan Scoreboard, a statistical look at the world of motorcycle racing.
In Pro ATV racing, Yorba Linda, California's Jimmy White leads the Mickey Thompson Series standings after 2 of 8 championship rounds. In Pro Ice Race standings, Dave Hebb and Dan Ingram hold a slight advantage over reigning champ Garth Brow. Ingram has been the series' bridesmaid for the past 2 seasons. In motocross, the CMC Golden State Series has hit the halfway point with local riders dominating the pro classes. The series concludes in Brentwood, California, February 22nd.
Still to come on MotoWorld, the grueling off-road event, Paris to Dakar. Is motocross a young man's sport? We'll show you some riders who don't subscribe to that theory. And coming up next, MotoWorld goes to the movies. We'll be right back on the Nashville Network.
I told her Suzuki invented quad runners for everybody. She said, who cares?
Hey, look, you want her to come out here? You just tell her that riding a Suzuki quad runner is like skiing, only uphill.
It's like windsurfing without the wind.
It's more fun than a roller coaster.
It's like flying without leaving the ground.
I'd tell her it'd be more fun if she stayed home.
Ride on, Suzuki.
The Great Nissan Truck Countdown continues, and a drive to set new sales records in just 14 days. To the south.
With the choice of 3.9% financing or up to $800 cash back, hard body trucks are flying out of here.
To the west.
The savings are tremendous on every hard body truck with sticker prices starting at $65.99.
Back east, Nissan hard bodies, the only import trucks with available V6 power, are going like wildfire.
There you have it. The time to save is now during the Great Nissan Truck Countdown.
When you talk to the experts from Coors about their beer, this is what happens. Now, this is great. Bob Foster here says that his special blend of hops is the one thing that gives Coors its character and its taste. The one thing. Darwin Davidson says it's his two-row barley. And Sun Lee claims it's his specially cultured yeast. That's great. Come on, guys. What is it?
Barley.
I love it. You want to know why Coors is the one? Teamwork.
The ninja. His strength and swiftness have become legend. Yet even the ninja knows all things must hide from the hurricane. Hurricane Honda. It will come in the spring of the new year.
Factory motocross star Broc Glover is nicknamed the Golden Boy. His California beach boy look and golden locks have earned him a Hollywood image. Glover recently turned that image into reality by making his film debut in Hollywood's latest motorcycle movie entitled Winners Take All. Ari Landrum has the story.
Broc Glover has won numerous national motocross championships and has earned well over $1 million in his career. Although only 25 years of age, Glover is entering the twilight of his career and is looking down the road at life after motocross.
Guys, we're on again.
One of his interests is movie making. He appeared briefly as an extra in the CBS TV motocross movie, Storming Home. His latest Hollywood venture and first speaking role is Winners Take All.
Forgot. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, I mean, 25 minutes driving down this dirt road.
Yeah, I know. Well, can we still go out now?
Yeah, we got time if you hurry up and go down there, but, you know, let's
All right,
go.
I'll hurry, okay? Hey, could you guys take my bike and my truck and stuff?
Yeah, sure. You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. All right, see you later, bye.
I guess Mr. GQ doesn't like us much, huh?
Yeah.
I don't like him much either.
Whether you like him or not, Broc Glover could be America's next athlete turned movie star. Reporting for MotoWorld, this is Ari Landrum.
Whatever the game, whatever the rules, you play to win. Only winning counts in this dirt track brawl because Winners Take All, the hottest racing movie of the year.
Winners Take All is scheduled for a February 13th release in the Southwest market. If box office appeal is good, look for Winners Take All to go into national distribution. As we reported on MotoWorld's last edition, motocross star David Bailey was severely injured when he crashed while practicing. In a recent phone conversation, the Team Honda rider confirmed he has no feeling or movement in his legs. Despite his condition, Bailey is optimistic. He asked me to tell everyone, and I quote, "I fully intend to walk again, and thanks to all of you for the get well messages." That's the kind of determination that carried Bailey to 4 national pro titles and an amateur national championship. Cycle News in the Win column reports another former amateur national champion will soon say adios to U.S. motocross. Scott Burnworth, a 1986 Yamaha team rider, has signed an agreement with KTM of Spain to race the KTM brand motorcycles at 250cc Spanish Nationals and selected Grand Prix events. The Jamul, California native begins training February 4th in Spain. While Scott Burnworth enters a new chapter in his young career, others continue their long-standing love affair with the sport. Over 175 riders over the age of 30 turned out for the New Year's Grand Prix. Many of them, perhaps looking for moral support or not able to find a babysitter, brought the entire family. Now, winning a veterans race is not financially rewarding and the publicity gained is minimal. Why then do they do it?
Oh, I like the adrenaline flow to make you feel a little bit younger again and to get out and have some fun with the rest of the guys and just enjoy it. It just doesn't take a whole lot to keep doing it if you enjoy it.
And that's the key, enjoying it. Number 469 Supercross promoter Mike Goodwin found that out. Goodwin was well into his 30s when he started racing. After winning the over 30 championship, he quit racing. But now he's back.
But I just love it. When I got out there today, I said, I didn't know what I didn't know what I've been missing for the last 3 or 4 years not being here.
Meanwhile, in the Sunshine State, the finale of the 17th annual Florida Winter Series, the oldest pro motocross series in the U.S., was wrapped up in less than ideal conditions. A downpour turned the track into a sea of mud, and for some competitors, that spelled heartbreak. First-year Suzuki rider Ron Tishner from Palm Harbor, Florida, needed only a 13th place to wrap up the 125 crown. Instead, he wrapped his bike in mud. The title went to Guy Cooper aboard a Honda from Stillwater, Oklahoma. JoJo Keller, on the other hand, found the mud to his liking. The Kawasaki rider swept both motos of the open class to win that championship. Then Keller, as long as he was already muddy, rode the 250 class and turned in another moto win. His wettest ride, however, came while a passenger in this runaway rent-a-car. 12 years ago, the driver gained national prominence by winning his first major series at this same Florida winter event. By winning the 1987 event, who knows? Bob Hanna may just have started another winning streak. JoJo Keller deserves an award for even getting in Hanna's rent-a-car. That is not, however, the reason he is our Castrol Rider of the Week. The Castrol Award goes to Keller for his Ironman performance at the Florida Winter Series. JoJo will receive a custom embroidered racing jacket from Castrol, as well as a commemorative plaque for being named Castrol Rider of the Week. If you would like to nominate a Castrol Rider of the Week, write us here at MotoWorld. Watch for the address at the end of the show.
I told her Suzuki invented quad runners for everybody. She said, who cares?
Hey, look, you want her to come out here? You just tell her that riding a Suzuki quad runner is like skiing, only uphill.
It's like windsurfing without the wind.
It's more fun than a roller coaster.
It's like flying without leaving the ground.
I'd tell her it'd be more fun if she stayed home.
Ride on, Suzuki.
The great Nissan Truck Countdown continues, and a drive to set new sales records in just 14 days. To the south.
With the choice of 3.9% financing or up to $800 cash back, hard body trucks are flying out of here.
To the west.
The savings are tremendous on every hard body truck with sticker prices starting at $65.99.
Back east, Nissan hard bodies, the only import trucks with available V6 power, are going like wildfire.
There you have it. The time to save is now during the great Nissan Truck Countdown.
The Baja 500, where you're on 2 wheels winding it out of the desert. 100 miles from nowhere. That's why the Husqvarna racing team specifies Autolite spark plugs for their bikes. Because they're tough enough to take this kind of punishment. Autolite, the plugs you can count on from start to finish.
Today's small cars are tougher than ever on oil. Their high-compression engines not only rev high, they can run hotter than regular small car engines. Their searing heat can begin to break down an oil immediately. That's why there's Castrol, the only leading motor oil that in every grade provides maximum protection against viscosity and thermal breakdown. So use Castrol before your engine does something to get you heated up. Castrol, engineered for today's smaller cars.
Welcome back to MotoWorld. This week's Fram Autolite Flashback looks at an off-road event often referred to as the last great adventure. Here's Dave Bowman with another memorable moment in motorcycling brought to you by Fram Autolite.
The Paris to Dakar Rally is more than a race. It's a 20-day odyssey of over 9,000 miles spanning 8 countries on 2 continents. The traditional New Year's Eve start in Paris saw 426 entries from around the globe depart. Less than half would finish. The familiar surroundings of the early days on the European continent end abruptly upon reaching Africa. It is here the real race begins, in a land where the vastness of the landscape is overwhelming. Here, the number of wheels in your entry has little bearing on how you will finish. In the motorcycle class, the standings shift as much as the sands when the mountainous terrain gives way to the desert. Here, getting lost can cost man or beast more than a victory or defeat. Landmarks are few. This metal tree was the only key to locating the gas stop on this day. Belgium Gaston Raillet, a 3-time motocross world champion, had taken the class lead at the halfway point. BMW teammate and rival Hubert Auriol, number 100, stands second. The two will continue in that order to the finish. In the final days, the course changes from desert to tropical forest. For many of the entries, the finish can't come soon enough. Raillet's Paris to Dakar victory marked the first for the former world champion and third for the German-made BMW motorcycles. For MotorWorld, this is Dave Bowman reporting.
The 9th annual Paris to Dakar off-road event recently concluded with Belgian Gaston Raillet finishing 3rd in the motorcycle division. The 2-time Paris Dakar winner finished over 3 hours behind this year's winner, Cyril Nouveau of France. It was Nouveau's 2nd straight win and his 5th career Paris Dakar victory. Nouveau covered over 9,000 miles in 21 days. Now that's a long haul on a motorcycle. From Paris Dakar, let's move on to the American road racing scene. Our resident road racing guru, Dennis Torres, has something a little different today. What do you have for us, Dennis?
Well, usually my segments are about an important race or an interview with a prominent road racing figure. Today, I bring you bloopers Italian style. He may be small in stature, but he's big on talent. Cigar-smoking Reno Leoni is one of the most beloved characters on the American road racing scene. Reno has been a friend to MotoWorld over the years and recently agreed to do some promos for the show at a recent press affair. Here are some of the outtakes.
From Team Leoni, shut it off, that's it. Shut it off. I'm Reno Leoni. Is that on or what? I'm Reno Leoni from Team Leoni. Stay tuned for more race.
More MotoWorld.
More MotoWorld.
Okay, try it again.
Try it again.
Perfect.
I am Reno Leoni from Team Leoni Cagiva. Stay tuned for more and more race.
Okay, now.
And more.
Stay tuned for more.
I'm Reno Leoni from Team Leoni Cagiva. Stay tuned for more races and more for MotoWorld. What else? No, that's good. Yes, you have to write it down for me. I'm Reno Leoni from Team Cagiva Leoni. Stay tuned for more racing action on MotoWorld. Okay. No, good. You do again.
What? Stay tuned for more racing action on MotoWorld. On MotoWorld. Okay. Here we go.
Ready?
Yes.
Let's go. Okay, I'm Reno. No, I cannot see like that. Shut up that thing over there.
You can't read.
Leave it from too far away. Ready?
Yeah. I'm
Reno Leoni from Team Leoni Cagiva. Stay tuned for more racing action on MotoWorld. Fine or what? Goodbye, good Dennis.
Goodbye, Reno. Reno Leoni may not have mastered the art of television, but I'll tell you what. His Team Cagiva motorcycles have always been the bikes to beat in the Battle of the Twins class. Reno, wherever you are, we love you.
Thanks, Dennis, and thank you, Reno. When MotoWorld returns, we'll answer the question, is there life after winning the #1 plate on dirt track racing? We'll be right back on the Nashville Network.
The ultimate prize in motorsports is a world championship. In 1986, Yamaha riders won 3 world motorcycle titles. In the chase for the 500cc Grand Prix road racing crown, Team Yamaha's Eddie Lawson turned in a superior effort. He was rewarded with his 2nd championship title in 3 seasons. The Yamaha rider collected 7 victories in 11 races. Lawson's mastery of the exotic road racing machinery was clearly evident on the world's most challenging racetracks. On those same tracks, Yamaha was causing quite a stir in the 250cc Grand Prix ranks. Carlos Lovato of Venezuela was also on a championship march. His hard riding earned the South American the 250cc World Championship, giving Yamaha the 2 most prestigious titles in road racing. Yamaha's World Championship chase also extended into the world of motocross. Frenchman Jackie Vimon's consistency in the grueling 12-event series earned him the 250cc World Championship crown. The 1986 World Championship season will go down in the record books as a benefit for Yamaha.
The day Molly took her first steps, I was 30 miles away at a meeting. Now I don't go to meetings, I go down to meet the bus. All my friends said I was sentimental and old-fashioned to give up a great career. But you know the way I see it, I didn't give up anything. I just chose the right one for me.
When all is said and done, you're still the only one who knows what you like and what you want to see. You're the one we want to please. Cable gives the choice to you, the who, what, and when that's right for you.
Personal choice, that's what cable TV's all about. It lets us decide what's important, what's special, so we can grow together, and I like that. It's simply nice to know that what's fun for us is also good for us.
The who, what, and when that's right for you. Cable's right. 'Cause cable's not just more choice, it's your choice.
In 1981, Texan Mike Kidd won dirt track racing's most prestigious prize, the #1 plate. 2 years later, at the age of 30, he retired. Let's go behind the scenes with Coors and find out what this retired champion is up to. Steve Saunders fills us in.
Since the early 1900s, racing motorcycles and dirt tracks have enjoyed a happy marriage. The thunderous engines, clouds of dirt, and close racing have carried over to present-day dirt track racing. The only differences are the names of the riders and the lap times. What hasn't changed is the ultimate goal for a dirt tracker, to become Grand National Champion and earn the coveted #1 plate. Only a select few have earned this coveted award. Texan Mike Kidd is one of them.
Well, it meant a lot at the time to me because it was a lifelong dream to become Grand National Champion. And after getting the goal of getting the #1 plate, I signed with Honda and rode for them in '82 and '83. And when I turned 30 in '83, I decided that was time to get out of racing.
Those 2 seasons with Honda were very important to the current state of dirt track racing. Honda currently dominates the sport with 3 consecutive championships. But it was Kidd's development work when Honda first entered the dirt track arena that helped pave the way for Honda's current success. These days, you can still find Kidd at the tracks, but since he hung up his leathers, his goals have changed.
I decided to become a promoter and kind of stay in the field of promoting motorcycle and ATV races.
Kidd has attacked his new challenge with the same verve and style that earned him the #1 plate.
He didn't like to lose. He tried hard. He was, he's a kind of a racer that you looked up to.
In just a few short years, Kidd has become one of the busiest and most successful promoters in the country. But Kidd has found out that promoting, like racing, is a 12-hour-a-day proposition. However, unlike racing, he doesn't have to tackle his problems alone.
Mike Kidd Promotions is a company that my wife and I own. She's my 110% partner. I'm kind of glad my racing career is over. I think I got a good future in promoting, and I really enjoy it.
Reporting for MotoWorld, this is Steve Saunders.
Before we leave you today, I would like to show you an example of precision riding at its best. Ladies and gentlemen, the Victor McLaglen Motor Corps Motorcycle Stunt and Drill Team. 51 years ago, the late movie actor Victor McLaglen formed the Corps after a group of Hollywood stuntmen demonstrated their expertise to the film star. Today's members are not professional stuntmen. Doctors, truck drivers, and construction workers make up this version of the Corps. They volunteer their services to promote the positive side of motorcycling. The highlight of the show, the Pyramid. 4 motorcycles and 10 riders make up this ultimate example of skill and balance on a motorcycle. I'd hate to have a blowout or hit oil during this stunt. We hope you enjoyed this edition of MotoWorld and that you'll be with us each week on the Nashville Network. On upcoming editions of MotoWorld, we'll have Supercross action from Anaheim, California and the Houston Astrodome. In addition, Daytona Cycle Week, the biggest happening in the world of motorcycling, is just around the corner, and we'll preview that event. Don't forget, MotoWorld airs 4 times each Sunday, 11 a.m., 5 p.m., 9 p.m., and 2 a.m. Eastern Time, right here on the Nashville Network. If you would like to pass on any comments or suggestions or nominate a Castrol Rider of the Week, drop us a line at MotoWorld, P.O. Box 490099, Atlanta, Georgia 30349. That's MotoWorld, P.O. Box 490099, Atlanta, Georgia 30349. Until next time, keep your wheels on the ground and your feet on the pegs. For MotoWorld, I'm Larry Meyer.
MotoWorld has been brought to you by Coors, the beer with a difference worth tasting. Coors is the one. Honda motorcycles and all-terrain vehicles. Honda, follow the leader. Nissan, who invites you to test drive the new Go Anywhere Nissan Pathfinder at your Nissan dealer now. Fram Autolite, the makers of Fram oil filters and Autolite spark plugs. Suzuki, makers of the 1987 Quad Runners. Right on, Suzuki. And by Castrol, motor oil engineered for today's smaller, higher revving engines. A promotional fee has been paid by the following.
You know, usually every Wednesday I ride down to my local cycle shop to pick up a copy of Cycle News. But lately I've been thinking about subscribing.
America's weekly motorcycle newspaper. To subscribe to Cycle News at half the retail price, call toll-free.
The American Motorcyclist Association keeps the fun in motorcycling with benefits, activities, and by protecting your right to ride. For information, call 1-800-AMA-JOIN.
Feel the rush of excitement as